Jennifer Lopez and Matt Damon were photographed holding hands during an intimate conversation at the Toronto International Film Festival despite her divorce from his close friend Ben Affleck. The pair shared a sentimental moment while having a private chat at an after-party to celebrate their new movie, Unstoppable. An eyewitness previously told People that J.Lo and Matt chatted for over 20 minutes during the soiree, and according to the source, they began talking and had a long, deep conversation. This event marked Jennifer's first red carpet appearance since she filed for divorce from Ben Affleck on August 20th.
We need to talk about something.
Yeah, very important topic.
Your friend, Ben Affleck. And a little thing we call Bennifer.
Minute?
Absolutely.
You know, it's bad enough.
Absolutely.
It's hard enough.
How do you like them apples?
There's not enough liquor in the world for you to get me to say something.
Hey, he's just a guy doing what he do. I wish he do keep doing well and keep on dancing.
Even in jail, Knight made headlines when it was reported that he planned to distribute a homemade video featuring Jennifer Lopez. Make a Jennifer Lopez video somewhere. Everybody says you got it. You want to sell it on me.
At that time was cared very deeply for.
Do you guys have an unspoken language?
Yeah, 40-something years of hanging out together.
Matt's a beautiful guy. I love him. My best friend. He's been great to me my whole life.
Is Ben really your best friend? Yeah, I mean, we grew up together. We both were in love with the same thing, with acting and filmmaking. I mouthed off this kid that I knew, and he came for me. And it was right then that little 5'2" Ben Affleck tackled this dude off of me, like out of nowhere. Like he will put himself in a really bad spot for me. Like, this is a good friend.
Why you dunking me, girl? Why you dunking?
How do you like them donuts? I'm so sorry. Remember when I told you I'd do anything for you? This is anything. I actually said that to him when we were filming.
You're 17-year-old Matt and Ben in a photo booth. Look at this.
Hard not to see that those guys are gonna make it.
You told me 25 years ago, we thought, be like, we made it? We're still working? Okay, good.
I just said to my kids, show me the articles that prove that social media is good for teenagers, and then we'll have the conversation.
Oh my gosh.
Find scientific evidence that matches what I have that says that it's not good for teenagers, then we'll chat.
And how do they feel at this point?
My eldest is grateful.
Wow.
See,
And
you
we'll
just gotta be
see.
in the long haul.
I mean, it's a long haul. I have a couple more to go, so just knock on wood. We'll see if I really hang in there.
Being the child of famous parents is really not something that many people can understand, and I feel for them for that because they didn't choose that.
Well, there was a solid decade where there were 5 or 6 cars minimum and easily up to 15 or 20 on the weekends outside of my house at all times. And looking back on that, I really feel the stress of it. I could cry talking.
I'm 48, and I called my parents and said, Dad, I'm gonna pierce my ears. He said, okay, Jennifer. But let's see. We didn't wear makeup. We didn't have our nails painted. We were very good girls.
My mom was narcissist, center of attention, life of the party type person. I got very used to being around people like that. The combination of the two of those things set me on a course to be with those type of people. What I started to realize was I'm comfortable with this, but I don't like this.
Selfish.
This is not what I want. This just looks like a chicken.
And she doesn't even try to hide her annoyance. Fans fell in love with J.Lo for being Jenny from the block. But according to her employees, it's all a mask. And underneath it is a pretentious woman who treats service people like dirt.
I want something real.
And it's easy for her to offend her colleagues and even those closest to her. But is she really that bad?
My kids were at that age where they were like challenging the status quo and really, kind of looking at you. And now it's not all like hearts and flowers anymore. Now it's kind of like, why are you telling me to do that? I don't want to do that. Just like constantly kind of the push and pull of being a teenage mom.
Is that Max or Remy? Who's the most challenging?
Both of them. Both of them are.
Oh my gosh.
Find scientific evidence that matches what I have that says that it's not good for teenagers, then we'll chat.
Can you say you don't drink? You don't drink at all? You just drink?
No, I'm not a drinker. I just never started. It was another one of those things my mom just never, was like, don't drink, don't do drugs, you're gonna die. Like, okay.
You know, I was like in my...
Hey Jennifer, it's Jennifer Garner to the rescue. She swooped in at Ben Affleck's home and staged an intervention after her ex reportedly relapsed and fell off the wagon.
And Ben Affleck.
So that's there.
Well, she's sniffing. I think she does taste his drink because she grabs it. People are assuming to think that to ensure it didn't have alcohol in it.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez at the shotgun wedding party.
Yeah, he's like, I promise it doesn't have alcohol in it.
You can, in the morning, you can either be making breakfast for your kids, making their lunch boxes, or you can be getting paparazzi ready. And so, you know, I know which way I'm gonna go.
When I was reunited with the love of my life, and we decided we were gonna be together forever.
One thing you can always trust in, oh God, family.
We do our best. We do try our best.
You don't need to worry about Ben. Let me just tell you.
That they were seen in public together in, more than a month.
Yeah, 47 days.
47 days. The flowers were not for Ben, but they both showed up with flowers. They went to go see one of Ben's kids was starring in a play last night, a school play, and Jen was there as well with Emmy, and they all went in together as a family, and they went and saw the play, and then afterward, Ben drove Jen and Emmy home to Beverly Hills.
Get a moniker of being like a diva, which I never felt I deserved, which I don't deserve.
The A-list everything in her mind celebrity was shopping in NYC and told a salesperson to stop looking at her and to turn the other way. And this is allegedly J-Lo.
Apparently she has this rule that if she's like out amongst us peasants, we're not allowed to look her in the eye.
One thing you can always trust in, oh God, family.
We do our best. We do try our best.
You don't need to worry about Ben. Let me just tell you.
That they were seen in public together in, more than a month.
Yeah, 47 days.
47 days. The flowers were not for Ben, but they both showed up with flowers. They went to go see one of Ben's kids was starring in a play last night, a school play, and Jen was there as well with Emmy, and they all went in together as a family, and they went and saw the play, and then afterward, Ben drove Jen and Emmy home to Beverly Hills.
Okay, we're not doing that. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
You know better than that.
Come on, don't come in here with that energy, please. Doesn't, I feel like, actually get mentioned enough. If I could just end on one thing, is that Jen is a producer on this movie, and the reason why I'm here and the reason why Sterling was in this beautiful movie is because Jen cares, and Jen cares about things like representation and diversity, and she's a boss, and she's an incredible creative and an icon, and that's what I think we should celebrate her for today.
Well, that was quick. Apparently, Ben and Jen are already on the outs again, after less than 2 years of marriage.
Love in some ways, but then they realized there was difficulty, and maybe, you know, they've grown apart. They're two completely different people.
And this is like their one public outing in weeks, because he didn't even come support her at the Met Gala when she was a co-chair. So like, obviously this was planned, and it's just so fun.
It's just so interesting. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are reportedly selling their home amid breakup rumors. According to multiple outlets, the couple's Beverly Hills home, which they purchased together in May 2023 for $6.8 million, has been quietly placed on the market.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are clearly in a rough patch in their marriage of, less than 2 years at this point, because we know they are living in separate households right now.
We got back together, it was just like, I want to make music again. I want to get back in the studio. I was very, very inspired. And when I think about, I was like, the same way This Is Me then captured that moment in time without me realizing it. The first time we kind of fell in love, I wanted to capture this moment in time.
And now it's J-Lo and Ben in You've Got Mail. Subject line, yo girl, remember me?
So Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez didn't just suddenly start hanging out together 2 weeks ago. They started reaching out to her in February, sending her emails.
I've always, for better or for worse, have followed my heart and my instincts, and this is where it brought me to.
Why are people always worried about what face Ben has on? Like if Ben like walks out the house and he's
all right on the street, is the Bronx doesn't even fuck with this one. You can't come back to your hood, huh? What Dirk say?
What's something else that real New Yorkers say?
You!
Hey diva, I'm rich and you're broke attitude. Let's be real here, homegirl.
Work hard. That I put in harder work than everybody else. I work harder and harder and harder and harder. And when everybody's sleeping, I'm doing more.
Like this reminds me like when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the...
I truly have left this woman alone for years. I have just been annoyed in silence since high school. And guess what? I'm a Puerto Rican woman from the Bronx who went to the same high school as you, and you're lying. I saw your high school photo. You did not have hair like that, and we also both attended an all-girls Catholic high school in an Irish and Italian neighborhood, so you weren't running up and down the block. You know damn well you were sitting next to Megan Farley and Christine Marchetti in class. Why are you lying? Please stop using us to look human. We are sick of you. You don't do shit for us. Keep our names out of your mouth. We're not running up and down the block. Not all of us do that for kicks. You're stupid. Stop using us to look human. Stop using us to look relatable. We don't like you.
A flying fuck about celebrity culture, especially when you see just how hard she's trying to be relatable. Like, how many times is this girl gonna mention the block, but then whenever she goes and visits said block, nobody recognizes her or claims her as one of their own?
I said, "What can I get you to drink?" But Jennifer refused to even acknowledge me. She turned her head away and told her personal assistant, "Please tell him I'd like a Diet Coke and lime." She wouldn't even look at me. It was sad. She seemed so sweet in her movies.
The only reason why you are famous is because of the role you played as Selena, which came out very shortly after she passed away, which of course made your career skyrocket. And for some reason, her playing the role of an actually talented singer must have gotten to her head, and she then believed that she could also sing, when in reality, she's not that good. You guys ever see that clip of her SNL performance before they dubbed it with auto-tune? The shit sounded like a dying feral cat.
Jennifer Lopez has long been a central figure in the world of entertainment, with her career and personal life often making her a subject of intense fascination. From her early days as an actress and singer to her high-profile relationships and marriages, Lopez has remained a constant presence in pop culture, capturing headlines for decades. Yet, as much as she is celebrated, J.Lo has also faced criticism, particularly regarding her authenticity, her behavior in public, and her relationships. One aspect of Lopez's life that has attracted significant attention is her perceived difficulty in dealing with people in public settings. Stories of her alleged diva-like behavior have followed her for years. There have been multiple instances where she has been accused of being aloof or demanding, especially when interacting with fans or sales staff. One rumor claims that Lopez once told a salesperson in a New York City store to stop looking at her and to turn away, an anecdote that has only reinforced the perception that she can be difficult to deal with in public. Despite these accusations, Lopez has worked hard to maintain her image as a relatable celebrity. In interviews, she often talks about her humble beginnings, mentioning her upbringing in the Bronx and referring to herself as Jenny from the block. However, some critics feel that her attempts to stay relatable can sometimes come off as forced. Despite her efforts to emphasize her connection to her roots, there are reports that when Lopez returns to the Bronx, she is no longer recognized or claimed as one of their own. This perceived dissonance between her past and her current life has fueled conversations about how fame may have changed her. Jennifer Lopez's career skyrocketed when she portrayed the late Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla in the 1997 biopic Selena *. This role is often credited with launching her into stardom, earning her widespread acclaim for her performance. Many believe that Lopez's career gained significant momentum due to the emotional resonance of playing such a beloved and recently deceased figure. While the movie helped establish her as a serious actress, some critics argue that the success of the role may have given Lopez an inflated sense of her musical talents. Following the success of Selena *, Lopez pursued a career in music, though opinions on her abilities as a singer have been divided. While Lopez has had several chart-topping hits and continues to release music, critics have pointed to various performances as evidence that her vocal abilities may not be as strong as her other talents. One infamous moment that has been frequently discussed is her Saturday Night Live SNL performance, which some have harshly compared to the sound of a dying feral cat. Afterward, the performance was reportedly dubbed with autotune, further fueling conversations about her vocal limitations. Despite this, Lopez has managed to maintain her music career, perhaps more due to her star power and stage presence than her vocal range. In recent years, much of the public's focus on Jennifer Lopez has been centered on her personal life, particularly her marriage to actor Ben Affleck. Lopez and Affleck, often referred to as Bennifer, originally became a power couple in the early 2000s, and their relationship captivated the media. They were engaged in 2002, but postponed their wedding in 2003, eventually breaking up in January 2004. Both Lopez and Affleck went on to marry other people. Lopez to singer Mark Anthony, with whom she shares twins Max and Em, and Affleck to actress Jennifer Garner, with whom he has 3 children. The rekindling of Lopez and Affleck's romance in 2021, after 17 years apart, was met with both excitement and skepticism by fans and the media alike. Their relationship seemed to be a modern-day fairy tale, with the couple reconnecting after years of living separate lives. By 2022, the two were married in a small ceremony in Las Vegas, followed by a more formal wedding celebration at Affleck's estate in Georgia. However, despite the public enthusiasm for their reunion, there have been persistent rumors of trouble in their relationship. Speculation about Lopez and Affleck being in a rough patch has intensified over time. Reports have circulated that they may be living in separate households, and there were even rumors of them heading towards divorce after less than 2 years of marriage. While neither Lopez nor Affleck has directly addressed these rumors, their absence from public events together has fueled further speculation. For instance, Affleck did not attend the 2023 Met Gala with Lopez, despite her being one of the event's co-chairs, which led to talk that their relationship may be on the rocks. Whether these rumors are true or not, the media's focus on their marriage highlights just how much public interest surrounds their relationship. In August 2024, reports surfaced that Lopez had filed for divorce from Affleck, marking the apparent end of their short-lived second marriage. The filing occurred on the couple's 2-year wedding anniversary, with Lopez reportedly representing herself in court. While the news of their split has not been officially confirmed by the couple, it has further fueled discussions about the challenges they faced in trying to blend their lives after so many years apart. Given their high-profile romance in the early 2000s, their rekindled relationship was always going to be a subject of public fascination, but it appears that even with their shared history, they could not overcome the obstacles in their marriage. Lopez's romantic history has been marked by a series of high-profile relationships and marriages. Her first marriage, to a Johnny Noah, lasted just 11 months, followed by a short-lived marriage to dancer Chris Judd in 2001. Her longest marriage was to Mark Anthony, with whom she shares her children. After her divorce from Anthony, Lopez had a series of other relationships, including an on-again, off-again relationship with dancer Casper Smart and a highly publicized engagement to former New York Yankees star Alex Rodriguez. Despite getting engaged, Lopez and Rodriguez postponed their wedding multiple times before calling off their engagement in 2021. Through all the ups and downs of her personal life and career, Jennifer Lopez has managed to remain relevant in the ever-changing world of celebrity culture. Her relationships, especially with Ben Affleck, have kept her in the spotlight, and while her career has been marked by both triumphs and criticism, her status as an A-list celebrity remains intact. Whether the rumors about her diva behavior or her struggles with marriage are true, one thing is certain: Jennifer Lopez continues to capture the public's imagination, and her life, both professional and personal, remains a source of endless fascination.